Right, team, good evening. Thanks for coming on the call tonight. It's going to be a relatively short call tonight. Won't keep you too long. Just wanted to go over kind of a few things in terms of what's going on at the minute with our operation. So, first thing kind of I want to mention is kind of the commitments I asked for last week to see if anybody wanted to make any commitments to themselves. If they wanted to try and set themselves a target of businesses, we wanted to try and get onto the marketing video, kind of our little marketing system. And to be honest with you, nobody's reached out to me in terms of setting themselves a target, which is a bit disappointing, but is what it is in terms of what we're doing. It's down to each individual if they want to kind of set themselves a goal and kind of use me as an accountability partner, really. If you could, if everyone could just mute their mics, I'm just getting a bit of background noise. But yeah, that's fine. I'd like the same this week, really. If anybody wants to set themselves kind of a target on how many businesses they want to reach out to, how many businesses they want to try and get onto the video. Personally, I failed my target. I tried to get 10 onto the video, managed to get 5 on. So I got to 50%. So yeah, I didn't achieve my target. I could have been a little bit more productive with my week, planned it a little bit better. But then again, I managed to get 1 sign up this week, which I'll talk about in a moment. Yeah, call attendance as well. I want to speak about call attendance. So I mean, I've noticed the numbers have kind of been stable-ish last few weeks. We dropped off a little bit over Christmas. I'm hoping everybody can kind of start to pick up again. These calls are really, really important to be on. I am going to start to deliver some training, and we are going to start to go in a bit more depth in terms of like the sales side, different approaches, and start to open the calls up a bit so we can all kind of discuss each other's experiences when we're out on the field, what's working, what's not working. And just kind of learn from each other in terms of what we're doing. I've got some things I want to go over as well, but I mean, until we get some of the numbers on the call, we can't really start doing some interaction calls. So hopefully we can start to build up our calls a bit more. I'm going to be a little bit more active on the email channel as well, and start sending out some more stuff on there in terms of a bit of market research, giving you guys a bit of an insight in how the online to offline models work, so you can kind of like, knowledge is power. When you understand kind of what we're trying to do and how big our market is, and really why small businesses need what we have, I think you'll be more excited about the opportunity in hand. I know a lot of you do see that because you've paid the additional fee to be a part of what we're trying to achieve. So it's great to work with you because you made that extended commitment financially. But it's just a case of really now putting the daily method of operation together, which I spoke about so many times, and taking action day in, day out, and trying to kind of start to network your local area and start to build users and build businesses into it. So yeah, really down to that. Make sure you stay in the loop as well. Like if you can't make a call for some reason, like I said, it's really important that you set that this call is going to be every single week to the end of the year. I'm committed on this call. I'm going to be here every week, unless something comes up where I really can't make it on. But I'm going to be committed to this call every single week. So yeah, I mean, you need to try and commit yourself to this call at this time every week, and stay in the loop. If you can't make the call, stay in the loop. Stay on the line. So, stay on the line, stay in loop, catch up with the videos. The videos are always going to be posted in the Facebook group. The WhatsApp group's closed down now, like I discussed last week. So there's not going to be anything running from there anymore. Just waiting for the final people to kind of leave the group organically, and then I'll completely close it altogether. So that's kind of that, really. So I want to kind of get on to the story about the recent merchant I signed, because I think a few of you could kind of get some scope from it. So this business was a coal business. It's a business that I've been going into for say a year or so, a couple of years maybe. It's quite a popular little food place in where I live, and it started really with just a simple conversation. They had a Just Eat sign on their window. So I was just asking them about how they're getting on with Just Eat, what was the positives of the service, what was the negatives of the service, just picking their brains really to try and understand what they can kind of, what they're gaining from it, and what the value of being on Just Eat is. So to give me a little bit of insight in that and kind of how much they pay for the system, just let you know, typically a small merchant to join Just Eat would typically pay £800 for the system, £700 to £800 for the system. Admittedly, Just Eat is a public company, so their funding is huge. I mean, they've got they're spending millions a year on marketing. They've got TV commercials, etc. But I don't know if any of you've seen the story about Just Eat, and how they've almost failed twice on their journey to what they've got now. Okay, and they focus purely on food places, the food market, takeaways, delivery service. Okay, so they do collection as well, but they focus on just that primarily, and it's amazing to see kind of how that journey is. I'm going to actually post the link in the Facebook group, because I think it's important everybody watches that and understands what businesses go through in terms of getting to greatness, going from literally nothing or from good to great. Is pretty outstanding. But yeah, so I picked their brains about the Just Eat. They told me the pros and cons of it, and so from there I started the conversation. I said, would you be open to additional advertisement? They said, of course. What is it? I said, I haven't got a lot of time to speak right now, but I said what I can do is take your details down. At this point, I don't have any business cards, so I'd always recommend to take their details. So I took their details, I fired them over some information in an email. She responded to me. And then I sent her a follow-up email with the opportunity video in, and then from there, this was a few months back, to be honest with you. And then recently, I followed it up and sent the video through. So this is something I followed up, and then from there, we booked in the appointment. Sat down with them this week, and I kind of started the conversation in a way of saying, okay, so there's two ways we can go about this today, and there's two kind of avenues you can go down. I say you can go down basically a pay on performance advertisement route option, or you can go down a business option, so in terms of earning an additional income stream. I said, which one would you be open to talking about today? And she said to me, the business option, first of all. So she wanted to understand how it makes money. So I obviously mentioned about Sherlock Local Premium. I said this is a service that is launching very soon. It's not launched right now. We're testing it in other markets in the world right now, and we're going to have the package together probably early February to be able to come on, and that will allow you to earn an extra income stream. And I had a presentation I was showing, running her through, which is actually, that presentation is actually on the video system link that we're using right now. So I was using that presentation. I'm going to put together two different ones, because I feel we need two separate ones, and it's probably not good to have that on there when you send it to someone. But yeah, I took her through that. She was amazed, actually. She could really see the vision of what we was trying to create, and I could see that she was quite excited about the potential of businesses being able, instead of working against each other, they can actually start to work together and promote the service. And she could see the power of that, and the power of her being able to earn a potential commission from her customers going into other merchant places and purchasing deals. So she was quite excited about that, and she's eager to get kind of more information when we launch with that. And she's even coming up with some ideas in terms of features and stuff we could have, which was incredible. So I kind of touched on that because she asked for that, and I went back to the basic model and said, I spoke her through the basic model, just the free option with the pay on performance, and she said, yeah, let's get started straight away. So for me, it's just a case of making the calls, getting yourself out there, having the conversations, and results will come. She understands why I manage her expectations. It's really important at the stage we're at now to manage the merchant's expectations. So to let them know that we haven't got a huge user base right now, and it's going to take a little bit of time. but explain that we're looking to work with the merchants to utilize database. And it's, moving forward, we hope to see some good results, and hopefully once we can get them aligned with the premium package, there's obviously an invested interest there for them as well. So she understood that. She said, I mean, she's happy to work with us, and she's got a few other business owners she knows in the facility. So it can open doors. You get one merchant, you can open doors, and it can go in all different directions. So it's quite exciting to see where this could go, and I'm going to be mapping that area now. I'm going to be working that area, trying to leverage off of that story, because it's quite a popular food place, to be honest with you. It's only a small kind of city, well, town, but it's I mean, there's a lot of potential there with it. Okay, so next thing I want to kind of go over, I'm just going to do a little bit on the CRM again tonight. So let me just share the screen so I can go through a little bit on the CRM quickly. Hang on, I've got some stuff. I'll read through the comments after, guys, on the call. At the end, when we do question and answers, we'll go through that. That's cool. There's some good stuff I can see that's been written there. So let me just share the screen then. Second. Cool. Okay, so it should be sharing the screen now. All right, so
yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, wicked. All right, so like I kind of touched on the CRM a few times. I'm just going to go through a few, another feature which is quite handy to use day to day. I'm just going to go over the leads again, just to show you. We are still working on this. Thomas had a lot going on, and so is Mario. The CRM system as it stands now, sometimes, ultimately we want everybody to see everybody's leads on here. It makes everything, that's the ultimate goal. So when you search a lead, if somebody searched it already, then you'll be able to see their correspondence and where they're at with it. It stops us overlapping at the moment, because our operations so on a small scale, we're not really going to have any issues. So it's not a massive problem right now, but we are going to sort this out as soon as we're freed up a little bit, in terms of, because I don't know how to reprogram this thing. I've been testing it a little bit with Chris Cliff, and it seems to be still not showing up. So we'll look into it a little bit more. But for now, I'm just going to kind of show you typical how to kind of put a lead on again, how to search the leads. So click. So you go to leads on the left hand side, click leads, and then as you can see, it will come up here. It has assigned, so you can kind of select your own name, or you can select other people's names, but mainly you'd be looking at yours. So you can click your name, and then you can select the status. So whatever you set different status at, different statuses at, what level you are with closing the person, interested, contacted, client. Okay, some of these, like I said before, probably not going to be used, so we'll probably strip some of them out, and a lot of them aren't necessary for what we're trying to do in terms of an operation. Okay, so yeah, you can click kind of interested, and then it will just pull up the ones that are interested. So I've left Peri Peri Grow as interested, so I can just kind of show you. I'm going to convert that tonight on the call, so then it becomes a client. And then source as well, so you can search kind of what sources, but depends how in depth you want to go in terms of what leads you want to pick up and what leads you've added on. So Peri Peri Grill, for example, so you just go along to here and you just click the name, and then the lead would then load up. Okay, so here what I've been doing is selecting public. So if you select public, in theory, everyone should be able to see this lead. This is the conversation I need to have. We're still not sure why that's not happening, but that's what I believe it should be. When you select public, it should actually load, so everyone on the system can see it. But yeah, we're still looking into that. Okay, name of contact. Okay, full name would be best, but I've only got her first name here. And then you put the company name, and then I always add in the postcode in there as well. And you can add the city and you can add the country as well. That means that when people type in the postcode, it would actually pull up the postcode. Again, myself, a guy called Terry as well, in Costa Rica, Mexico, with Mario, is really good at CRM. So we're looking at adding one of these fields in for like a postcode field, so you don't have to lay it out in this manner. So there will be some changes going forward, and some small tweaks. But for now, if you could put the company name and the postcode in there, that'd be fantastic. It would allow us to search it really easily. Email address, source, how you found it. So I walked into the business, signed, phone, lead, interested. So I'm going to change that now to clients, because it's now signed. It's now a signed business. So I've hit save on that. And I'm also going to then go to notes as well. So correspondence notes. So follow up via email, interested in booking an appointment to go through, getting set up and more detail. Appointment being arranged this week. Okay, so I'm going to now put in here, appointment completed. Appointment completed. Peri Peri Grill. Signed onto Sherlock Local. And then add note. Okay, so that's now on the system. So that is now a signed business. Okay, and then if anyone wants to look at it and see it as a client, then they would see that it was a signed merchant and who it was signed by. Okay, so that's kind of the leads. It's pretty straightforward. I showed you, you can click add new lead to add new leads in. I kind of touched on this before. So you just type name and company, email, select public first, phone number, source, and then assigned by yourself, and then save. So then it'll go on to your list. Another one was pretty handy as well. If you're using this day to day, is this kind of, if you can all see now, move that out of the way. You can all see this. It's to-do items. So you can actually set yourself up a to-do list. So you can add new to-do list. So you can put anything in here. You could say call burger joint at 1 p.m. today. So you get them, put the list in here. Hit save. And then what will happen is it will actually pop up in here, so you can see what you need to do. So it's a call burger joint at 1 p.m. today. And it will also be up here in a little box. You can set this up for different days. Personally, I tend to use Google Calendar. I use it on my phone. There is a calendar on here as well, which you can use, but I tend to use, until we set this up so it actually notifies you, I use Google Calendar, but you can use these are little to-dos. If you're actually working, say you've got a solid like 3-hour block or something you want to get through, you can just add little to-dos in, and just keep yourself focused on what you need to do. And then as soon as you've finished and you've completed that task, you just click that one there, and it will actually move across to the other side. So latest finished to do. So it'll cross it through, and so you've called it, so you've completed it. So you fill in your list and then you complete it, and once they're all complete, then job done. All right, so I can just click that one there, call burger joint at 1, and it will simply move across. All right, so that's pretty much touching on, it's just a little brief overview again of the CRM. For what we need it for, there's a few other fields here, but we don't need to go into them because we don't really need to use them too much, and we just need to focus on really the leads, getting them in, making sure they're on there, so we can follow up and use it day to day. All right, so that's pretty much the CRM cover for tonight. Don't want to go into too much depth. Again, when we do get the systems a bit more advanced on that, then we will go into it in a bit more depth. But yeah, so that's kind of the CRM for tonight's call. And I just want to kind of touch on now, going into the end of this month. I want us to try and finish quite strong if we can. And like I said before about premium, like Sherlock Local Premium, I've deliberately held premium back. There's a few things we need to kind of just sort out with it. I don't want to launch into this completely ready. And there's a little bit of confusion on the end of what is the difference between an affiliate and Sherlock Local Premium. So it's probably the only difference is going to be really the way that we sell it to them. They will still have the benefits of being an affiliate, but it's kind of it's more about them sharing of the app and promoting the service of Sherlock Local, as opposed to building the MLM side, which they will be able to actually recruit promoters. In Mexico, Mario calls them promoters. So that would be a person if they wanted to actually sign and promote that business. So say it was a franchise, for example, and it was a really popular franchise, and the franchise owner knew a few customers who come in. They could basically say, look, you do realize you can promote our deals, buy a license, promote our deals by sharing our app, and you can earn an income stream when people redeem them. So there is that angle, but we don't want to give them too much confusion and too much going on, because a lot of them may not be interested in the MLM side. But it's a case of, as you get to know them, as you get to build a relationship with them, you can kind of ask them if they're open to learning a little bit more about the business, and then you can introduce them to that. But yeah, it's important that we make sure we're keeping them focused on what we need them to kind of do with the operation. And it is about driving the usage income, driving the app users into the market, and really building that sharing economy which we're trying to build. So yeah, I don't want to really overcomplicate things with premium. So I've just held it back. I want to also switch some of the systems up a little bit. In terms of the shopping Sherlock login has got the customer. You can see the customer tracking on there, and you can also see your reward points, and you can also see your usage income. I want to pull that information into the Sherlock Local login. So when they log into Sherlock Local, they can also load from there the customer tracking. They can also load from there the usage income and also their reward points. So it just makes everything better, and it's all in one place for them. So they don't have to be flying all around the place trying to find stuff. So I'm going to try and get Thomas to modify that as soon as we can, really. So I mean, that's pretty much it for tonight's call. I mean, it's not too. I didn't go into too much depth, but I really want people to commit to next week, like this week now that we're starting. If you could send me in kind of a mini goal for yourself. Last time it was 3 to 18 businesses that you want to reach out to this week. So yeah, set yourself a goal. Try and get them onto that video. Like I said, I managed to get. I followed up one, which I followed up from a while ago, and signed them. So out of the 5 that I did put on, I've managed to convert 1. So it's not a bad ratio. But yeah, I mean, it's about booking yourself in, setting yourself aside, and scheduling yourself in, and really just getting to work and pushing forward. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So what I'll do now, I'll just kind of read these comments a second. What's coming on here? So Alan Lewis, I sent the video to 3. They not watched it. I'm seeing double 2 times, Ian. Cool. Okay, great stuff, Alan. That's good. Logged onto phone first. Oh, right. You logged in twice. Okay. Yes, Just Eat is a mega business. Jim Collins, good to great. Pay performance or earn an income. Nice. Give them a choice. Yeah. So it's important that you start the meeting strong and have direction at the start of the meeting. So basically, when you open up in that way, the majority of people are gonna say business. How does it work? Because they're business people themselves. They will want to see how are you making commission, or how does it work, and that's just how they think, because we're working with business owners. So that's automatically how their brain works, and they all want to hear a little bit about it. You don't have to pitch them hard on it then, like trying to sell it, but hopefully that will give you. I'll talk about kind of bringing in the sell first with the Sherlock Local Premium, because ultimately, if you do sell that, then you're going to add them to you're going to recruit them as an affiliate. You're also going to have them as an invested interest as a business partner in pushing the platform. So you're going to get a lot of leverage from it. So it's quite important really to promote that first. But you can always fall back on then. If they're not keen on going for it straight away, then you can fall back onto the free. And you can't do it the reverse. You can't present the free first, and then once they're sold on the free, and they say, "Oh yeah, but by the way, if you pay $245, you know what I mean, and a monthly income, you can actually earn from this business." They're like, hang on, what? Like, so you said it for free, and now you're trying to charge me, sort of thing. It's better to do it the other way around. It just makes more sense to do it the other way around. But be elegant with it. Don't be pushy with it. Do it in a way, present it to them like the way I kind of just demonstrated on the call tonight. If you present it in that way, it's elegant. It's not forced. It's just asking them the question, what would be of interest to you? I mean, the pay on performance option, advertisement option, or the business option where you can earn an additional income stream. Like I said, most will say the business option, so it gives you a little bit of a way in and a soft, subtle approach into the conversation. Is premium then the same as a normal affiliate? It's best to get them on a call, then point them onto the video, or just send them the link. Yeah, so to be honest with you, an affiliate can do everything that a premium Sherlock local merchant can do, because they can brand the app. Okay, they can earn an additional income stream as an affiliate as well. So it's pretty much the same as being a normal affiliate. I mean, I know they're charging in Mexico. They're charging the $99 as well for them to become a premium, which I'm not sure if our market will charge that, because we need to come up with a package which they're actually going to get for that, because some might be an online business, some might not need any physical market materials and things like that. So yeah, there's still a little bit of working out to do, which I'm going to be working out over the next week or so and discussing with Michael. But yeah, I mean, we need to kind of work that out, because if they're coming on as an affiliate, then they just pay the monthly fee and they pay the one-off license fee to get on board. That way, you're not then hitting them with a 99 as well, because that is really for signing businesses, and they're not going to be signing other businesses. Obviously, if they want to become a Sherlock executive and they've got loads of business contacts, like I said, once you get to know them a bit more and you can explain a little bit more about the business, then they might want to pay the 99 and do that. All right. But yeah, going forward, it's probably best to just, I'm trying to maybe drop that out. So it's just the affiliate license fees, what are standard. It's best to get them a call. Yeah, I kind of, I spoke to a few. I walked in, to be honest, Alan. I haven't really done any cold calling yet. I've done a little bit of cold calling at the start, but most of it is I've walked into the businesses to speak to them. I mean, you can walk in with the leaflets as well. We've got now. You can use the leaflets. They're pretty powerful in terms of just getting to the point and showing them something in their hand. But yeah, I mean, the video's good. I used the video. Well, I started using the video in the meeting when I signed up the food place this week, but the video was too quiet. I forgot the headphones for the laptop, so couldn't really hear it. My speakers on my laptop aren't that loud. So in the end, I run the presentations for her and presented it to her instead. But yeah, I'd say if you're not that confident, then yeah, use the video. Another advantage as well, do not pay on performance to take premium. Yeah, they still pay on performance with premium, but they instead of paying, the advantage of premium as well, what was a good selling point, is they don't pay 15%. They only ever pay 10.5%, because the reason for that is, remember, that's on in-house purchases. So if a customer comes in and redeems a deal on the service, they would actually get back 4.5% of that deal, because they'd sign their own business. Okay, so we actually allow the affiliate to sign their own business. The merchant sign their own business in. So they would actually never pay on more than 10.5%. And if it's their own customer, it'd be 7.5%, because they'd actually get the 3% as well for it being their customer. So these are the selling points as well, which I'm going to go over. And these are the things you should highlight in terms of being advantageous, other than obviously earning off from the other businesses around. earning from Amazon, earning from the flights, the hotels, Groupon, etc. They actually only pay a smaller kickback with the premium service, which is a good selling point. How do they earn the last monthly back? So yeah, I mean, it's a case of them understanding that it's how you get them to get it back. Obviously, originally you'd recruit 4 people in, and then you see your investment back. But I mean, they'd be looking at this as an investment itself. I believe they'd be looking at this as an investment themselves. So they probably wouldn't. They look at it as a e-commerce tool. We need to sell it as like a marketing system instead of like an affiliate membership. So if you sell it as a marketing system for them, they're not really going to be looking, oh, how do I get this money back? Because they're thinking, right, well, this is an investment into my business. So they're going to have a different mindset to a traditional 9-to-5 affiliate who we used to recruiting in of, well, how am I going to get my investment back? I think they'll look at it as a tool which is going to bring them more money in the long run and help them to connect with their customers. So it's a good question though, Alan. I mean, like I said, I think when the relationship builds, you can explain to them, look, there is actually other ways you can make money with this thing. Are you open to learning about that? And if they're like, yep, then you can get them on the Wednesday call, invite them to the Wednesday call, and go from there really. And if they want to start building it out, then work with them to build it out. But yeah, I think it's just being careful with that really. We could do with a table or something to show the benefits of premium. Yeah, definitely, Alan. What I want to actually get created is like a small leaflet, because it's nice to sometimes have a material that you can hand to them. You can show them on the computer, but sometimes it's nice to just have a leaflet to explain the benefits of local and just some nice what's the word I'm looking for? Some nice graphics to show like an economy, like some businesses, and then arrows are like pointing to businesses and like share an economy and explain a little bit about the space and what the vision we're trying to create. Because when I sold the vision, because right now we're really selling the vision of what we're trying to create. I mean, we're getting some deals redeemed, which is good, but I mean, we're not turning over mass profits in a minute, and we've not got a huge user base. So it is more about the vision, and that is what I sold this week, and she loved it. She loved it, and that it's about this. Do you know what I mean? That's what it's about, really. So yeah, I think what I want to get created out of a table is a good idea. We could do that on the computer, but getting a physical leaflet copy as well would be good. So I got literally 4.5 minutes left of this call now. It's gone on a little bit longer than I thought it would tonight, which is fine. But I want to open it up. So has anyone got any? Thanks for the questions, Alan. I mean, has anyone got any questions about anything they want to ask before the call ends tonight? At all? Anyone at all? No. All right, wicked. But right, cheers for coming on tonight, guys. Remember, please send me your commitments through. Try and set yourself a little target of how many businesses you want to kind of get into contact with this week. Monday's a fresh week, fresh start, and I look forward to hearing from you next week. Same time on the call every single Monday. Commit to the call, and I will upload this recording on the Facebook page. And any questions you've got, any help you need, you know where I am. Just reach out to me, and just keep going with it, guys. And I'll keep you updated on all the latest on what's going on. Thanks a lot, team, and I'll speak to you next week. Ciao.